Alright guys, so you're going to do some green screening this week, and so I have the files attached in Teams so you can see them down here. One is a photograph of an apple with some books, and so it's a still photo. The other one is Spider-Man and Thanos doing a dance. Okay, so I launched Adobe Premiere. I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to go ahead and title it Spider-Man Green Screen. And then I'm going to look for where is it saving it to. So I'm going to hit Browse because I don't really want it to go to that right into that footage folder. I'm going to make a folder within the footage folder and call it Green Screen Spider-Man. Okay, so making sure that you make a folder to put all of your pieces in there. Then I'm going to hit OK. Alright, so then it's going to set up those panels, and then I can go ahead and import my files. You want to make sure that you are placing the video that you downloaded. And so I'm going to minimize this, and then I know I have the photo here. I know it's footage 3, or your folder with your name on it. Okay, so I called it Green Screen Spider-Man. I'm going to drag that in here with my project. I'm also going to go to where the video file is. These things are probably going to be in your downloads folder. Mine, I already went ahead and downloaded those, so I'm going to put them right in there. Okay, so back to Premiere. It's already launched. I'm going to go to Assembly to make this project panel bigger. I'm going to hit Control-I or Command-I on the Mac. I'm going to left-click, hold the Shift key, hit Import, and so those files are going to show up in this panel. Alright. Okay, so this is my video file. I am going to... First, I'm going to drag this in. This is the image, so I'm going to drag it into my timeline. And actually, my timeline needs to be brought a little bit larger. Okay, left-click, drag it into my timeline. And see, you can see there's the sequence. I'm just going to call that sequence because I get confused because it names it whatever first thing that you actually pull into there. I'm going to go to sequence. Let's see, left click on it, go to my sequence settings, make sure it's the correct size. I'm happy with the FPS. It's close enough to 30, 1280, 720 is 16:9 ratio. And then I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit OK because yes, I know I'm changing that. I'm going to double click on my image. It's probably really big, yeah. And then I'm going to left click and drag and scale it down. I'm just left clicking, holding and dragging into it, and then I just don't want any black right there. Okay. Alright, so I've got the still image placed. Now I've got it the correct aspect ratio. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up to 25%. I'm going to grab Spider-Man and Thanos, and I'm going to left click, drag it above the actual image here, and then I'm gonna okay, so that shows up for a long time. Okay, see, that's where Spider-Man starts. Okay, so I know I can left click, hold and drag that in, left click, hold and drag in the audio, and apparently it's not linked together. Hold the shift key, drag it over here on top. It's also a little bit too large. Okay, so I'm going to double left click on it, and then I'm going to drag it inside, and it always wants to scale things proportionally in Premiere. And so I want him to be about the size of the apple. I can place him wherever I want because we're going to key out that green. So this is just practice. Keying out the green, drag it in. And so I want it to look like he's standing. I'm going to double click, and I'm having this stand on the books. All right, so let me scrub through this, see what happens. Okay, all right, so I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to use my razor tool. You could also hit the letter C on your keyboard, and then I go back to my selection tool, which is also, you could tap the letter V, which I need to start doing that to make it a little faster, and I'm just going to hit delete. So I remove that. Okay, so I want to get rid of the green now, so I'm going to go to Effects. I just left click on that module. Give it some time. All right, so now I know this is what I'm going to green screen out. I'm going to left click, hit Ultra, which is for the Ultra key. I'm going to left click, drag it on top. I left click and hold. Okay, so you've got to hold and then you drag it on top of the actual timeline clip and you let it go. Okay, so now what happens in the effects control panel, you're going to see Ultra Key. I'm going to left click on the eyedropper, and now I have to actually say, hey, this is the color I want to key out. So left click on the eyedropper, then you want to left click, come on, see, and I left click in that area and it keys it out, so it's gone. Boom. I'm going to also hit my V on my keyboard because I'm going to move him down a little bit. He's a little bit shy. Double left click, move him down. And if it's hard, because sometimes I just use my arrow keys. Just use the arrow keys. Because I just really need to move him down just a little bit so he looks like he's... There we go. And now, if I scrub through... Oh, look at that. He's dancing next to the apple. He's green screened out. All right, so that was just a little exercise for you to see how to green screen. So as long as the green is there, it's going to allow you to just key that out. What we do want to go is usually under matte cleanup, because sometimes, like we get lucky with this one, it's a solid green that's the same value, but like when we use the green screen in the classroom, there are shadows that are falling on it. So you're going to need to adjust these settings here. There's something called choke, and choke, when you left click and hold on this, it's going to allow you to actually eat more into whatever you have keyed out. You'll see that it actually picks up more of the pixels into that person. When I hit Control Z or Command Z on the keyboard. You can also soften the edge. You can add contrast. Okay, but these three are the ones that I use because sometimes you'll just, because of the green is not consistently the same green, it might be a little bit darker in some spots because of the shadowing. You're going to want to get rid of this hazy, it seems like there's a haze around the person. It's very like a light gray. And so this will let you clean it up by adjusting those settings right there. Okay, and so I can play it. Nice. Okay, so that's the green screening. Tomorrow we're going to go over how do you actually mask something out, because you're going to need to use that on the green screen videos that you took, okay? All right, but that's it.